to my fellow honorable members of the Senate. We thank God for making it possible for us to meet again so as to discuss on national issues that are affecting our country and provide solutions to them. Without taking too much of our time, I would like to call on the honorable leader of the Senate to bring before the members the agendas of the day.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today we have two motions. Index motion 001 sub 1, result of 2023 election.
Index motion 001 sub 1, the result of 2023 election. Those in support for this bill to be accepted and passed for second hearing, say aye. Aye. And those against, say nay. Nay. And the ayes have it.
Index motion 002 sub 1, removal of fuel subsidy. Mr. President, you can now call on Senator Nyanya to come and submit the short title of her bill.
Index motion 002 sub 1, the removal of fuel subsidy. Senator Nyanya, come forward and submit the short title of your bill. Senator Daniela, proceed with the motion.
Good day, Mr. President, distinguished senators. My name is Senator Daniela Emmanuel, representing FCT constituency. I stand to move a motion, removal of fuel subsidy, how it can help the country. The motion is in urgent need. Mr. President, fuel subsidy can be properly done on the Hollow Chamber to carefully consider and adopt this bill into law for the betterment of our country. Mr. President, I so move. Thank you.
Honorable members, is there any seconder or objection to the bill? Senator Chikamso, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good day, Mr. President and my distinguished senator. My name is Senator Chikamso. I represent the Imo constituency of Int'l North. I stand to support the bill, removal of fuel subsidy, how it can help the country, Nigeria. Mr. President, the origin of fuel subsidy. Fuel subsidy was formalized in the Olusegun Obasanjo regime when he formalized the Price Control Act, which regulated the prices of items, including fuel. Understanding the fuel subsidy mechanism, Mr. President, Nigeria consumes more than 7 million on fuel, which is estimated 200 million of fuel daily. Nigeria finds this fuel in Europe and imports it back, which leads to high cost of fuel. Mr. President, there are several advantages associated with fuel subsidy. I now call on this honorable house to carefully adopt this bill. Mr. President, so I concur.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Mustafa Bukar, representing Borno North East constituency. Mr. President, I stand to remove a bill, removal of fuel subsidy, as it can be beneficial to the country. Mr. President, fuel subsidy in Nigeria is the grant paid by federal government to oil companies for the benefit of Nigerian citizens, so that the price of fuel may be affordable. Fuel subsidy will ensure private sector participation, the importation of petrol, which will free up the market and empower many Nigerians, and also allow the government to
removal of fuel subsidy. Fuel subsidy can be defined as government effort in paying for the difference between the pump price of fuel at the petrol station and the actual price or cost of importing fuel. Mr. President, in line with the first speaker, I'm of the judgment that fuel subsidy should be removed with the following notions. Increase in the cost of transportation. Transportation is very essential in modern society, as the ability to transport people and goods safely and efficiently across distances is essential to economic life. The increase in the cost of transportation is definitely one of the disadvantages of fuel subsidy removal in Nigeria. Following the removal of fuel subsidy, the price of fuel will increase definitely, which will cause an increase in the cost of transportation. This will affect personal car owners, the profitability of transport companies, and even the availability or price of consumer goods. Since the 165-litre increase in 2021, the cost of transportation has gone up and has caused hardship for a lot of Nigerian citizens. Long months of fuel scarcity in the country. The removal of fuel subsidy can therefore cause a monopoly in the free market. This can lead to customer ripoff, wherein a customer pays too much for a product. Monopolies are price setters, and as such, consumers are usually at their mercy. In this case, fuel subsidy removal can lead to unfair customer practices, as marketers can choose to place fuel prices as will. Hence, the federal government has to empower regulatory bodies in order to control such consumer abuses and protect the interests of its citizens. Mr. President, finally, I call on my honorable colleagues to consider the citizens first and adjourn the removal of fuel subsidy. Mr. President, I so oppose this motion. Thank you.
Chidube, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good day, Mr. President, distinguished senators. I am Senator Odogu Chidube, representing Edo South constituency. Mr. President, I stand against the bill removal of fuel subsidy and how it could affect the average Nigerian. Look, Mr. President, looking at the fuel subsidy removal cause an increase in the premium motor spirits (PMS), which will lead to a sudden surge of inflation in the country. According to the latest Consumer Price Index (CPI) report released by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBC), the rate of change of prices of goods and services rose from 21.91% in February 2023 to 22.04% in March 2023. This increased rate will definitely shoot up when fuel subsidy is removed. Fuel prices may go as high as 750 naira per litre when the fuel subsidy is removed. With such an increase, Nigerian citizens will definitely experience high cost of living. The increase in prices of things definitely reduces the purchasing power of consumers of goods. Because consumers afford a fixed amount of money, will be able to afford fewer goods, causing depreciation in the value of the Nigerian currency. Mr. President, finally, I call on this hallowed chamber to read and cast off this bill. Mr. President, so I oppose this motion. Thank you.
Senator Bukola, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good day, Mr. President, distinguished senators. My name is Senator Bukola, representing Kogi West constituency. I am not either in support nor against this bill, but you can see that the Nigerian government introduced the fuel subsidy in the 1970s to cushion the effect of rising global oil prices. The Olusegun Obasanjo military regime formalized the subsidy in 1970 when he promulgated the Price Control Act, which regulated prices of items, including fuel. In Nigeria, we have a lot of resources, but as we can all see, crude oil is the major source of income in Nigeria. Mr. President, let's be realistic and look at it from a good angle. The removal of fuel subsidy will be a good thing, but the removal of fuel subsidy could cause a lot of mishaps, protests and quarrel against the public, and if not corrected, the government will fail to address concerns about transparency and corruption in government sector. So, Mr. President, with these few points of mine, I hope you'll be able to see that the removal of fuel subsidy will be of benefit or suffering to our fellow Nigerians. So, I concur.
Of this motion, say aye. Aye. And those against, say nay. And the ayes have it. It's approved by an affirmative vote of majority of the honorable members present.
Mr. President, we have now exhausted all the agendas for the day. However, you can now call on someone to move a motion for this meeting to be adjourned.
Senator Aisha.
Good day, Mr. President. I am Senator Aisha, representing the Sokoto North East constituency. I hereby move a motion of adjournment of this meeting. Thank you.
Seconded, Senator Gabriel.
I, Senator Gabriel, second the adjournment of this meeting.
This house is being adjourned for sitting next week, Tuesday.
Thank you very much, the school senate, in that wonderful deliberation.